Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video, think about this as a late Valentine's Day special to all my lonely people out there who are, if anything like me, use combat sports and watching it to cope with loneliness. So I hope you enjoy this video. That's a good intro. With that out of the way, we're going to be going over who, in my opinion, are some of the most attractive women's MMA fighters in the UFC. I've kept it to the UFC. Some people were arguing that ONE FC has better looking girls. Yeah, maybe. Personally, I don't understand that, but don't worry. That might be a future video, but to narrow this down, we're just going to be doing the UFC. I'm including mostly current generation women's MMA fighters, because if we include everybody, we're going to have to be going back and looking at old photos. But I have included like your Ronda Rouseys and your Misa Tates and your Joanna Jędrzejczyks purely because we got to make this one complete. And with that out of the way, we're going to get started. Alexa Grasso. We're going to start off hot. I'm going to say either a low A or a very high B. I think that's pretty fair. I just can't put her in the S tier. I'm sorry. Like the other people that are going to be on this list, I can't. Alexa Grasso, I'm not going to lie. It's kind of growing on me a little bit. I've become an Alexa Grasso fan. Not just because of what she looks like. She's a fun fighter to watch. Okay? I'm a man of culture. I'll be gracious. A-. I think that's fair. I know I'm going to be starting some debates in the comment section because admittedly this is going to be an extremely subjective tier list. But at the same time, let's start the debate. This is going to be a fun comment section. Next up, Casey O'Neill. Okay, well, let me pull up the link. Okay. Not terrible. Okay. With this information, she's not beaten out. She's not beaten out Alexa Grasso, which is an A-. I'll put her at a mid to high B. I'll move around as we go, and maybe by the end of this, some people are going to be moving down. That's one reason I've stopped the timestamps for every single fighter, because I'm just going to move it around at the end of the video, so what's the point? Plus, it saves me time in the upload. So, keep watching if you want to know where everyone's at the very end. Casey O'Neill, mid to high B tier. Tracy Cortez, listen, brother. There's going to be multiple S tiers, but Tracy Cortez is going in our S tier. I'm sorry, brother. I don't think anybody's gonna disagree with me. If you genuinely disagree with me right now, that she's not in like the top 3 at the very least, go to somebody else's channel with your blasphemy. I have never, in my entire time of watching this sport, seen so many people switch up on Brian Ortega, or any UFC fighter for that matter, for fumbling. Not the championship title. More people were mad at Brian Ortega. Understand this. More people were mad at Brian Ortega for breaking up with Tracy Cortez than him actually losing to Alexander Volkanovski. Think about that. The amount of people who tagged Brian Ortega when Tracy Cortez was hanging out with Paulo Costa. Listen, I'm not a drama guy. That's the only drama that I was invested in. S tier. Not even controversial. Barber. Mackenzie Barber? Okay, I'm blanking out on that now. I don't know why I'm messing up with that one. Macy Barber. Oh my goodness. Macy Barber. A tier. Actually, me personally. Actually, let me educate myself a little bit. Macy Barber. Yeah. Nope. Yeah. I'm very comfortable with my decision. A tier. It is what it is. A tier. Misa Tate, listen. I don't know if it's a psyop. I'm not sure what it is, actually. Misa Tate might be one of the most overrated women's MMA fighters. For her looks. Like, I'm just... It's not bad. Maybe it's because at that era there wasn't a ton of like fairly good-looking women in women's MMA. It's just what it was. I mean, you had a lot of Chris Cyborgs. Misa Tate probably looked like a 10 in comparison. I'm sorry. She's not bad by any means. I would actually put her as like a mid-B tier, but I would say Casey O'Neill is objectively better than Misa Tate. Now, I will say this. She's a mom. Looks great. Like for somebody that has a kid, looks great. Mid B tier though. I'm sorry. Mackenzie Dern. You see what, brother? I have to. I would actually put her. Okay, personality-wise, Alexa Grasso clears. But this isn't about personality. This is about looks. And Mackenzie Dern beats Alexa Grasso. But me personally, for taste, I'm going to say Macy Barber, high dips Mackenzie Dern. My opinion, but I stand by it. Ariana Lipski. I must educate. This one might be one of the sleeper picks, okay? My brothers, I have my weaknesses. I know who I am as a person. You make the judge of what type of person I am. S tier. Disagree with me in the comment section below. We have a couple S tiers in this video. Tracy Cortez, Ariana Lipski, in my mind, are in that same echelon. Feel free to debate me. I will win. Next up, Tabitha Ritchie. I don't want to do 2 S tiers in a row. I just can't. I'm sorry. But Tabitha Ritchie is definitely a high A tier. Don't worry, we're going to have some season Ds later on. High A tier, okay? Tabitha Ritchie. I kind of have to. Baby Sark, I believe is her nickname. Instagram is probably an S tier. Yeah. High A tier. A+. A+ in my book. Zhang Wei Li. Me personally, I'm just not super into it. However, high C tier. High C tier. I think that's fair. Just let's be real. How many people are actually going to get on me for not putting her higher? Like going like, this is going to be a fun comment section. But I'm going to say a high C tier. I don't think that's that controversial. Rose Namajunas. Maybe it's the hair. Maybe it's the hair, okay? Like, I'll be honest with you. The buzz cut, not a lot of women can pull it off. Like, that's a bold fashion statement. I will say this, though. If you're in women's MMA, you either got to do dreads or save your head. Like, there's not a lot of options here. I hate, the long hair in women's MMA, if it isn't bundled up well enough, that can be trouble. Like, that's one, like, I think it's a right move for MMA. But I'm going to have to dock you a point. Does Zhang Wei Li beat out Rose Namajunas? No, she does not. Very, very, very mid C tier. Zhang Wei Li is a mid to low C tier. Does that make sense? Holly Holm. Okay. Where Misa Tate is overrated, I think Holly Holm is underrated. But at the same time, I would still put Misa Tate above a Holly Holm. But the amount of people that would say that they would put her at the last tier, D tier or F tier, chill. Okay? She's for her. That okay. Let's pull it up. Okay. Okay. I've done enough research. High C tier. Crucify me in the comment section below. I don't care. Erin Blanchfield. Does she go above Alexa Grasso, though? Or do I put her as a high B tier? I'm going to put her in a high B tier. Let's look this up. Erin Blanchfield. Okay. Listen, my brothers, I have fallen. High B tier. I'm going to move her to a high B tier. Erin Blanchfield makes her A tier. She's right next to Casey O'Neill. Fair? Okay, I'm glad we're all in agreement. Valentina Shevchenko. I would actually put Valentina Shevchenko as our highest of C tiers. Yeah, Valentina Shevchenko is better than Holly Holm. Holly Holm is better than Rose Namajunas. And Rose Namajunas and Zhang Wei Li are just about even. That's fair. Rodriguez, I'm so sorry if I can't remember your first name. For whatever reason, I just can't remember her first name. I know it's Rodriguez. I know she's fighting Jessica Andrade. I remember all of that. I cannot remember her first name for the life of me. So, how about this? Casey O'Neill level? Above a Misa Tate? Yeah, I would say above a Misa Tate, right next to a Casey O'Neill. Alexa Grasso goes above a Casey O'Neill. I think this is actually working out really well. Oh boy. Okay. So you would be the person I would call if I needed somebody's help to move a couch. All I'm saying. She's probably great at fighting, though. From what I've learned from watching women's MMA, if you're Brazilian, you're either great at fighting, just kind of unfortunate looking, or not the best at fighting, but you're amazing looking. And Tabitha Ritchie's not half bad. Okay, maybe that's wrong. Maybe that is wrong. Maybe my statement has been proven false already. Doesn't change the fact. No, D tier. Oh, Raul Rosas Jr.'s mother. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say to you, brother? D tier. D tier. Jessica Andrade. Brother, we're getting three D's in a row. We might have 4 D's in a row. Okay. I know it feels like I'm speedrunning at this very end. Jessica Andrade. Better. That's tough. I'll leave that in the comment section below. Which one? Which one are we taking, brothers? Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes. Does Amanda Nunes beat out Jessica Andrade? And I'm not talking about fighting. Does she beat out Zhang Wei Li? No. I'm going to say the highest of D tiers. See, we have equaled out. I think this is actually a perfect representation. I think this actually worked out great. We got a few more to go, but I'm actually really liking this tier list so far. Next up, Andrea Lee. Andrea Lee. Her photo does not do her justice. Okay, let's actually do further research for you guys watching this video. If you're only hearing the audio, this is probably a weird video for you. Hear me out. Not bad. Okay? Above a Misa Tate. Listen, I have my biases, man. Above a Misa Tate. Okay? I have to do it. Molly McCann. Molly McCann looks like a grizzled bartender. She does. Like she gives me those types of vibes. She's probably a great conversationalist though. Like I know I make jokes about Molly the Can. Probably a super fun person to talk to, and she didn't look too bad in her last fight. That's all I'm saying. But we're talking about looks here. Molly McCann or Zhang Wei Li? Hard. How very difficult. Rose Namajunas or Molly McCann? Molly McCann. Holly Holm or Molly McCann? It would take... Yeah. Sameful. I know. Mid-C tier. Bueno Silva. I don't think I'm offending anybody. I'm going to say above a Zhang Wei Li. Yeah, above a Zhang Wei Li. Above a Rose? No. No. Rose high dips clears. Okay, that's about it. Raquel Pennington. Mid. It's going to be between Valentina Shevchenko and Raquel Pennington. Okay, I'm going to put her right next to her while I do a little further research for you guys, for the views. Raquel Pennington. Raquel Pennington, Amber Heard. That might be a different video. What's going on there? Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to say, I'm going to say low B tier, Miesha Tate can beat her out. Ronda Rousey. Okay. I don't get it. I actually don't get it at all. What was with the hype with Ronda Rousey? Like, not just her fighting ability, not just the fact that people were saying that she could outbox pro boxers. The amount of people that tried to convince me that Ronda Rousey is a 10 out of 10 is absolutely insane. What were we collectively smoking, guys? We need to chill. Like, a lot of people vastly overrate. Like, I can't, like, don't get me wrong, I would probably put her as our lowest of B tiers, even at her prime, honestly. Miesha Tate was better. Ronda. Raquel Pennington better than Ronda. Andrea Lee. Valentina Shevchenko or Ronda Rousey? Prime for prime? Ronda. I'm not talking about fighting ability. Marcel Watterson. Marcel Watterson's also a sleeper, okay? Marcel Watterson. Wow, I just misspelled that like a motherfucker. Waters. That was rough. Okay. Okay. I have been changed. Marcel Watterson goes above Ronda Rousey. Raquel Pennington. Miesha Tate barely beats out. She's going up. Yeah, no. Casey O'Neill or Marcel Watterson? Personally, that's where I'm putting her. And finally, to end off, with Joanna Jędrzejczyk. This one's very difficult because, like, the range of what Joanna looks like is very... I will say this, but with the amount of damage Joanna has taken, she actually, like, doesn't look that bad. In terms of, like, if we're going at a 1 out of 10 scale. Okay. I'm not going to try to spell her last name. Hopefully... Oh, thank you, Google, for throwing me a bone. She looks like a nice Russian woman. I know she's not Russian. Where do I put her, guys? Okay. You know what? I'll put out controversial opinions. Controversial opinion. Joanna Jędrzejczyk is better looking than Ronda. Better looking than Raquel Pennington. Better looking than Miesha Tate. Andrea Lee. And beats out her. I think I did it. I think I successfully started a war in the comment section. We have 2 S tiers, guys. It's Tracy Cortez and Ariana Lipski. And if I had to do a third, probably Tabitha Ritchie. Macy Barber's the highest, my A tier that I would do. Other than that, this is a solid tier list, guys. I'm not gonna get gaslighted into feeling bad. This is super subjective. This is my taste. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Where are you putting these fighters? What fighters do you think were snubbed? Undeniably, there's going to be a few unranked women's MMA fighters that should be on here. But these are the ones that I believe should have made this tier list across the spectrum. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching, and it means the most to me. Adios, guys.